By the end of this video, you'll discover how a 70-year-old woman carrying a yeast bucket accidentally became the most powerful voter in America. It's dawn on September 6, 1870, in Laramie, Wyoming. The town is barely more than a railroad camp, dusty and rough around the edges. A grandmother named Louisa Swain steps out of her modest home, adjusts her Quaker bonnet, and kicks up a tin bucket. She's heading to buy yeast for her bread, just like she has countless times before. But today is different. Today, Louisa is about to make history without even trying. You see, Wyoming had just done something revolutionary the year before. In December 1869, the territorial legislature passed a law granting women the right to vote. Not some women, all women. Rich, poor, married, single, it didn't matter. Wyoming was the first state in the world to grant full voting rights to women. But here's the thing about making history. Sometimes it happens when you're just trying to make bread. Louisa had no idea she was about to become famous. She was just a 70-year-old woman who had survived incredible hardships. Born in Virginia around 1800, Louisa had faced tragedy early. Her father, a sea captain, was lost at sea when she was just 7 years old. Her mother died soon after, leaving Louisa orphaned by age 10. She spent years in the Charleston orphan house, then worked as a domestic servant until she married Stephen Swain in 1821. Together, they built a life, raised 4 children, and kept moving west, chasing opportunities and staying close to family. By 1869, they had followed their son Alfred all the way to the Wyoming Territory. Louisa was tough, resilient, and practical. The perfect person to make history, even accidentally. So there's Louisa on that September morning, walking toward the general store with her yeast bucket. As she passes the polling place, something makes her stop. Maybe it was curiosity. Perhaps it was the knowledge that for the first time in her life she actually could vote. Whatever it was, she walked inside. The polling officials looked at this gentle, white-haired grandmother and let her vote, just like that. No fanfare, no ceremony. Louisa Ann Swain became the first woman in America to cast a ballot in a general election since 1807. She beat Augusta Howe, a 27-year-old woman from Cheyenne, by exactly 30 minutes. 93 other women in Wyoming voted that same day. Think about this for a moment. Louisa's vote wasn't planned by political strategists or timed for maximum media impact. It was just a woman exercising her rights on the way to buy groceries. That simple act sent shockwaves across the nation. Newspapers covered her story from coast to coast. Here was proof that women could vote responsibly, that democracy wouldn't crumble if women participated. Wyoming kept fighting for women's rights. When they applied for statehood in 1890, Congress actually threatened to reject them unless they took away women's voting rights. Wyoming's response was legendary. "We will remain out of the Union 100 years rather than come in without the women." Today, you can visit a statue of Louisa in downtown Laramie, tin bucket and all. Congress declared September 6th Louisa Swain Day in 2008. However, what strikes me most about her story is Louisa never gave speeches or led marches. She didn't wave banners or chain herself to the White House fence. She just showed up on an ordinary Tuesday morning and used her voice. Every time you vote, whether it's for president or city council, you're connected to that moment when a 70-year-old grandmother decided to step inside a polling place in a dusty Wyoming town. Democracy isn't just about grand gestures and historic speeches. Sometimes it's about ordinary people doing extraordinary things, one vote at a time. That's the power of history. These incredible human stories connect us across centuries. If Louisa's story inspired you, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. What moment in your life felt ordinary but might have been more significant than you realized? And if you're hungry for more amazing stories like this, don't miss what History Sparks has in store for you next. we're constantly uncovering these incredible moments where ordinary people change the world in the most unexpected ways. Be sure to subscribe to the History Sparks community and hit the notification bell so you never miss these extraordinary stories hidden in plain sight throughout history.